Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Coach, and this is the ENLS series.
All right, here we go. So we are at week 10, and if you've been paying close attention, you may have noticed some of the things I've been talking about or projecting in future episodes haven't exactly happened in the order I anticipated them, just because I've had, say, changes. Not an issue. One of the best things in life is being, say, adaptable or flexible and, not stressing over it, and I haven't. So the only thing that I would call maybe a little stressed is what we've done in the apocalypse diet. So I got a ways to go. You could tell this is a shirt that used to fit really good. It used to look really nice. It looks horrible on me right now. So we got to get out of this. It's a lot better, a little looser fit. So now I feel comfortable, sort of. So, okay, so let's talk about this week really quick, because there's a lot of things going on specifically, and phase 2 is something I've kind of talked about a little bit, but really all it is just getting better with, say, cooking, meal prep, and just being a little bit, say, wiser in our nutrition choices, and being able to, say, decipher or read between the lines, say, in the labels, and how we shop, and what's really, gonna be healthy for us, and, picking ingredients that maybe agree more with, say, our body, give us our best performance. But there's also something specific in phase 2 that wasn't really addressed in phase 1, and that was really, say, our activity, our calories out. So there's really no way to conquer the phases, and that's not what they're designed for. They're just, like I said, they're a guide. They're just kind of there to kind of help you think about these things. So calories in, you can notice, is kind of the dominant thing in phase 2, but calories out is there now, and it's something you need to focus on. And this is the point, say, if you're doing this journey right around, say, the first 1 to 3 months, most people, I think it's a great idea to start bringing something in. But how you do that, it doesn't exactly happen, say, in one swipe. You might take a few different things, try a few number of different, like go hiking or walking. There's a ton of different things you can do. This is why I always say do nutrition first, because it's something you have to have. The calories out are just kind of like the added bonus, but there's also different things that we can get from the calories out when it comes to, say, our heart health, our joints, and a lot of different reasons that people go and, say, be active. It makes us feel good, but you just need to make sure whatever you're doing is something you like, so you can keep it for the long haul. That's what's most important in this. When it comes to, say, getting involved in a gym, that's one of the most difficult ones, especially as this new year comes around. Gyms capitalize on people, say, signing up, committing, get that annual, intentions to do it. And I'd say just be careful before you get started, just because it's one of those things, it might be a waste of money. And there's so many different resources out there. The doors to some new opportunities, say, online resources. You can do things at home. We've learned, say, techniques and different tools that you can use, or weights. There's different machines you can do, and just technology has really moved us along with, say, being able to do this at home if you can. A couple different tips that I've put out there for this week, things that can hopefully be helpful for you, and especially as we get close to the end here, it's going to be things to start thinking about, because in the beginning I talked about this, I think, being a 3-phase system. So kind of in the beginning it's nutrition, and kind of in the middle it's, okay, getting better with the nutrition and really starting to focus on calories out, and to just keep pushing that, say, pushing it each week, progressing, right? Because if you just, in my opinion, just start doing the same things, get this habit, and it stays here, you're not going to get any growth. You always want to be kind of pushing a little bit, and that doesn't necessarily mean just your physique. It could be mental growth, spiritual growth, whatever. Most of you who get to phase 2 and you get this system and it works for you and you've made that change, and then there's some people that want to push it a little bit higher, they want to go to the next levels. And we'll talk about that next week, because phase 3 is something that's not for everybody. It's really for those who want to be maybe elite with this. And it doesn't necessarily just mean cooking, it means teaching it to others, going to the next levels, even pushing yourself even further, always considering how to do better. That's what I call phase 3. It's, becoming the Mr. Miyagi of, say, the nutrition stuff. To wax on, wax off, right? That's really what our goal is in phase 3. So like I said, tune in, just check it out. Even if you're not interested in taking this to the far places, it's something to definitely maybe consider, or just think about. And maybe at some point in life you might say, hey, you know what? Coach is right, let me go check that back out. Let me see what phase 3 is all about. And that's gonna be next week. So there's a few goals this week, and I actually say just choose one. Like, just, depending on how your journey's going, you may be going in a number of different ways. So I put a few different things up there to kind of consider. The resource that I would highly suggest using, especially as you're trying to make this life journey and stay accountable, is finding a buddy or a partner in this. And it could be someone to work out with. It could be someone that, you talk about food with, take walks with, whatever. And really the accountability buddy is something that you'll hear in a lot of different systems, and it's because it's so effective, at least for sure, is to get you started. And especially if you're struggling with that motivation, sometimes that person to just send you a text, give you a call, check up on you, it makes a humongous difference. Say, being a little more positive in the process, because there's days, when we don't do good, and days when I have to really do my best. Now, thankfully, with God on my side, I've been able to say, do this a number of years and change different things. But it wasn't easy. Doing it by yourself is really difficult. And I don't really suggest that. We talk about advantages all the time. A buddy is an advantage. There was once upon a time when I had people who I'd work out with, say, on a regular basis, and it was so much easier. The workouts went so much faster, and I enjoyed for a number of reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm also liking to push intensity, but there's just times, especially say in our life growth, is like, building relationships with others, and that's really important, and it can come about in, say, the buddy system. I have a friend and a buddy who's someone that's made a big impact in my life, not just necessarily in terms of physical. We haven't really, say, maybe worked out together, but you've seen him in videos. He's been helpful in, say, getting me through some of these food challenges, just being there as a support system. He's been a good friend for a long time, so stick around for a second, listen to what he's got to say, and maybe it'll help you in relating with him and just seeing, what it takes to make change, to go from, say, a place where you don't have it all down and to get to a place where you've got it all figured out. So I'm here with my good friend. You may have seen him as Rambo in a couple of my videos. Really appreciate his support and help. It's always nice to have a friend or a buddy alongside. It can help push you a little bit further. So he's here today to talk about a lot of these questions and things we've been going through in a number of these episodes. And specifically, we got to start with this. What or who got you into health and fitness?
I would say that my parents just at a very young age got me involved in baseball, basketball, football, that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of been a lifestyle that I've been used to for most of my life. We're at Charlie's Sandbox right now, and this portion of it, actually, my friend here got me into. Back in the day, he was like, dude, you gotta play beach volleyball. But that happened because I was already playing a bunch of different sports.
Awesome. And so with that, a lot of athleticism. This guy's very athletic. Something I don't have, not my natural talents. So aside from, say, sports, is there anything else you do outside of it in terms of activity or nutrition or anything else to keep your health in check?
Absolutely. And I have gone through ruts in my life where I've just, I was a pro gamer for a while, and I just sat around on the couch and ate potato chips and gamed, and so I put on a few pounds. And it's definitely more about the routine for me. I have a pretty specific set of routine when it's in season, time to play, stuff like that. I stay on a pretty regimented diet, and I would say I just cut a lot of the junk food out for those periods of times. But I also think that it's good to be able to enjoy. So I actually work out pretty hard, and that allows me to keep a pretty regimented diet. But then also, me and the girlfriend, we snack on some cookies and ice cream afterwards, and it's pretty guilt-free when you're consistent with what you're doing. So I would say it's more about the consistency with the gym, the consistency with eating the healthy things, the things that your body needs, and then on top of that you can splurge a little bit, and it's not the end of the world.
I actually love that, and that's what we've been going through in all this, is balance and moderation. And let's say just whatever attends to your lifestyle. You don't have to be super restricted. You have to find something that works for you. So I love that he said that. What is something you learned or some wisdom that you would give your younger self in order to be, say, more successful today?
Just developing a routine, and I think as we're all growing up, it's just like, oh yeah, we can eat whatever we want. We're just skinny and running around and have all the energy. And as your metabolism slows down, that wall kind of hits you. You're just like, oh crap, what do? I don't have the energy anymore. You get home from work, you're tired, you don't feel like going to the gym. For sure, just developing that consistency early, because it was a hard thing to develop as an adult. Absolutely crucial, in my opinion, when it comes to stuff like that.
Appreciate you, buddy, as always.
Yeah, my man.
It's not the last time you're going to see this guy, so until next one, take care. Peace.
Nice pass, bud. Right between us.